Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my Sephora VIB haul. I'm like pulling up my sleeves so I can like show you some swatches of things. Now, I didn't purchase that many things. I mean, with a 15% discount, I kind of was like, that's it? And then you add on tax and it's basically like you saved like, just a little bit. So it was a little bit disappointing. But I picked up, let me see here, 4, 5, 6, about 8 things. And some are just kind of like a refill. So one of the first things I purchased was the Shiseido Facial Cotton. If you've never tried this cotton, I really was like, well, how different can cotton be from like the regular stuff you buy in the drugstore? Very different, very different. This in particular, I think this was like $10. I really don't know how long that it lasts me. I don't buy it so that I only exclusively use this cotton, but I will buy it every now and then for like toners or like removing eye makeup or whatnot. It's really, really good. The texture is just really, really soft and really does make a difference when you're using it with certain skincare products. All right. Okay, so the next product I tried was the Lancome Teint Idole concealer. Now, I have tested everything, so I can give you my first impressions. Obviously, I haven't tested things for weeks and weeks and weeks, but I didn't buy any skincare products that needed long-term testing. So I'm able to give you my thoughts right away. I purchased the Lancome Teint Idole concealer in the shade 90 Ivory, and which is a little bit lighter than the foundation color that I wear, which is 140N. This was very, very peachy. I don't know if you can see it there. It's a little bit peachy, and the texture is very, very thick. So if you want intense coverage and really need to cover up some dark circles, this is what you need. It is kind of tacky, so I do have to kind of like warm it up in my fingers a little bit, but it does kind of go on very seamlessly under the eyes. I only need the smallest amount because I find that if I do use too much, it gets a little cakey and my eyes just look, I don't know, just not smooth and flawless underneath. So, but for fuller coverage, people that really want something to cover up dark circles, I don't find that it emphasizes fine lines unless I use too much. All right, next I picked up one of the Kat Von D Everlasting Lip Liners. So I picked up the shade Lolita, and I don't actually have Lolita in the the liquid lipstick. So I was curious to kind of try this. It is intense. It is not, that's just like me swatching just a little bit. It is a very, let me see if I can swatch it on camera. See how, it is not a very fine point. So when you're lining your lips, this is not a liner that is just gonna go like towards the outside of your lips and just give like a slight definition. This is going to, for me, I don't have really like full lips either, but when I would apply this, I'm actually wearing it today, but I blended it out with another kind of peachy color because it's very bold on me. It's not nude at all. It probably will be better for me in the fall, and I'll probably enjoy it more in the fall. But for me, it was almost like a lip color because as I was putting it on, it was already covering almost half of my upper lip. It definitely is not something where I can just kind of get like the edges of my lips just for a little definition. So for that, I'm definitely going to keep it because I like the color. I think it'll be pretty in the fall when I definitely wear a lot more of those kind of like mauve, deeper tones. But it definitely stays on a long time because look, I just tried to take it off. I don't know if you can see, and it's like still on my hand here. So I definitely think it will last a long time, but if you're looking for like a really fine, defined tip for a lip liner to really just give you a slight edge, I don't think this is for you. All right, the bronzer, the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer, I picked up the shade Nude Bronze Light, and it's actually what I'm wearing today on my cheeks, and it comes, let me show you how it looks first. This is the color. And let me swatch it on this side. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. That's why I wore it on my cheeks because, swatching is really hard, especially, I mean, you can barely see it. But it does skew a tad orange on me. I don't hate that because I tend to like, you know, a little bit warmer bronzers that can look really nice on my skin, especially when I wear it with something like I have on the eyes, which is a little more peachy. But it definitely skews a little more orange than I anticipated. So good to know. And like I said, this is the Nude Bronze Light. The texture is beautiful, as is all the Hourglass Ambient Lighting powder products. I mean, I'm a huge fan of all of their powder products. So the texture is beautiful. It's not very splotchy or anything. It goes on very smoothly. It has like a hint of a sheen, but nothing, you know, glittery. But it is a little bit more peachy. So good to know. All right. Something that I have really been wanting to try for a very long time. And you know, sometimes with these sales, I get distracted by like new, shiny, this, that. And I forget like some core stuff I've wanted to try for a very long time. Do you guys get that way? You have like the list. I have a really fun skincare, sorry to go off on a tangent, but I have a very fun skincare video coming up. Hopefully it's coming up in the next month or so. And about checking some products off of the list. And the list is like your list that you've had going with products on it for years and years and years, but you keep buying up the new and shiny stuff, and you never get to those things on your list that you've been wanting to try for years and years. So here's one of those products, the Donna Karan Cashmere Mist Deodorant. I know, like, you've been wanting to try deodorant? Yes. I typically use, I don't know, Degree or something like that. And I heard wonderful things about this, it being a fantastic antiperspirant. Not only deodorant, but an antiperspirant, which it is. And I was dying to try it. It smells like cashmere mist, which if you're not familiar with the scent, it is quite a strong scent. It's very powdery, it's very kind of warm and powdery. And that takes some getting used to, because I can smell my pits throughout the day. That's, I mean, in a good way, of course, but I can smell my armpits. Even the first few days I was using it, I was like, what is that smell? And I realized it was my deodorant. But it really is a great antiperspirant, I have to say. And I mean, I don't know, people just swear by this stuff. And so I haven't tried it in the dead of summer yet, but so far, the past few days that I've been wearing it, I really enjoy it. I picked up the Tom Ford body spray. Now, this is my first Tom Ford fragrance. I don't know, sometimes I find like prices of his fragrances are like, what? Come again? What is that? And obviously I like pricier things and I love luxury items, but I don't know, sometimes with, I haven't always loved his fragrances enough to be like, spend that kind of money. So I was really excited to see these body sprays, and they're much more affordable. So they're not as, obviously, the scent's not going to be as long wearing. It's going to be more of like a body mist, and you may have to reapply later on throughout the day. I don't find that I need to, but still. I got the Mandarino di Amalfi, and it's a little bit of like a peppery citrus scent. So it has like the mandarin scent, but it smells a little peppery as well. Though when it's on the skin, it doesn't. I had hoped it was going to turn a little more mandarin-ish on the skin because I like citrus scents on my skin, but it smells a little bit more peppery, which on the first day I wasn't sure that I loved. But do you know when you wear a scent and then by the second day or the third day, you're kind of almost missing it? Like you smell it and you're kind of like, by the end of the day, you're like, I want to smell it again. I want to smell it again. So that's how I know I love it. And so I'm definitely going to keep this. I find that it wears quite well throughout the day. Not, you know, it's not like a pitiful body mist that's just going to go away within an hour. All right, I had heard wonderful things about the Surratt eyeshadow. Little cubes here. So it's like a cream shadow in the top here. It's actually what I have on my eyes today. So it's a cream top here that's just, this was just like a beige color. And then a powder part that you press over top. And this is kind of just, now this is very, very chunky. I'm gonna press it over top, but I didn't, you know, it has like a ton of fallout when I'm using it with my finger when I first swatched it, but actually when it's on the lid, I didn't have too much fallout on my cheeks, which I was really impressed by. The color is, these are the Real Eyes, right? Prismatique Eyes. And the color, I think the color is Real Eyes. I think that's actually what the color name is. Yes. So I had heard really great things about these. I've worn it for a few days. It doesn't crease that much. The cream base is really kind of like smudge proof. And then the color over top actually has quite a good bit of pigmentation. I didn't love it, but I think I wanted, you know what, I think if the color was a little bit different, there wasn't really a color that I was like, oh, I have to try that one. So I wanted to see if I fell in love with the formula, and I don't know, I'm kind of okay about it. I don't love it. I'm definitely going to keep it, and because I love that kind of the powder part is actually really pretty when pressed on the lid, and it kind of gives this kind of warm, rosy, kind of goldish color on the lid, but it's not a must-have for me, so good to know. All right, the last one is a product that's been highly recommended to me. There's a lot of debate about this product, meaning like some people love the texture, some people hate the texture, and it is the J1 Jelly Pack. People have told me buy this as a makeup primer, and it is like your makeup will not move. I anticipated the texture to be thick. Like it is, it's a clear liquid that, I mean, it doesn't, I don't know if you can see, it like doesn't, it's running very, very slowly, so it is very, very thick. I don't know if you can see. Here, are you able to see that? There's like little, it was like sticky on my hand. It's hard to see. I don't like the texture. It feels like it's suffocating my skin. I don't know. I'm sure my makeup did last quite long on my skin. I did find that it looked pretty great throughout the day. However, my makeup doesn't slide off my face completely. I don't know, my makeup tends to wear pretty well just on its own, but I was really curious because I know I get a lot of questions about this product, a lot of recommendations about this product, and also a lot of questions about a good primer for long wearing, or, you know, heat, humidity, and putting it on your skin, some people, it just doesn't bother them because the end result is that great. And some people said this texture really turned them off. I just couldn't get through with the texture. I'm sorry. It felt like it was suffocating my skin. I'm putting it on and it moves. Like you can smooth it over your skin. It's not like, you know, like, I don't know, almost like slime. It felt when I first took it, I was like, it's gonna feel like slime on my face, but it's thicker than that. So it has like this putty texture, but it's a very unique texture, and it's just not for me. So that was a big no. That was kind of a disappointment, and nothing else was really a disappointment. This fell into the like category, the Sephora Prismatique Eyes, rather than like the love category. These two were a major love. I really do like the ambient bronzer, and then the Tenti Doll concealer. It's really great for full coverage, but I just loved how much coverage it gave me, how it looked under the eyes. The Lolita lip pencil, a little bit thicker than I would prefer, but I think it's going to be a really pretty lip color for me in the fall. And of course, love, love, love. So I will link everything that I talked about down below, and if you have any questions about the products, feel free to leave me a comment, and then also let me know what you guys picked up from the sale. Okay? Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.